And a good afternoon. Welcome out to Donnell Stadium on an overcast Saturday afternoon as the University of Findlay Oilers do battle with the Tiffin Dragons to close out the 2025 football season. Tim Montgomery here, Jeremiah Jackson also along. And the Oilers got a chance to celebrate last week, getting at least a share as they come into this at 10-0. The Dragons, let's be honest, they're coming here to try to mess up this perfect season for the Oilers.
And that's probably the main goal of the Dragons coming into this game. And for Findlay's point, the Oilers, sharing the GMAC title is nice, knowing that you have the title. But you don't want to share that trophy. You don't want to share that title. So they're going to look to come in here, and they're going to look to end this game with the Dragons coming on early. But as you said, the Dragons, they have nothing to lose in this game. So they're going to try everything in their power to defeat the Oilers.
Well, let's take a look at the tail of the tape here, how the two teams match up. 6-4, 5-3. That is so misleading of a record ever. A couple of very close losses. This is arguably the most talented roster in the GMAC, to be frankly honest. We'll talk more about that later. Findlay, obviously, 10-0, 8-0. To have themselves, as we said, that share of the title and also guaranteed a spot in the playoffs as well. 32 points a game for the Dragons. That's the highest offense, the highest ranked offense in the GMAC coming in. Findlay at 26.2 points allowed, 20.2 for the Dragons, and the Oilers, the amazing, allowing just 11.1 points a game. That's number one. So, yeah, if you haven't figured it out, it's the number one offense versus the number one defense in the GMAC. Going to go head-to-head here. Yards allowed, 309 a game by the Dragons, 237 for Findlay. Passing yards, huge advantage. Alex Johnson, the best quarterback in the conference statistically, with that 277.5 a game. Rush yards, Oilers the number one rush offense in the GMAC with 158 a game. But the other side of that coin, that 129, the number one rusher in the GMAC as far as an individual is Ronald Blackman for the Dragons. So keep an eye on that. Each team roughly around the same on sacks. Findlay has allowed 25 sacks, a little unprototypical, but they seem to in the last couple of weeks have kind of shored that up. And they seems to be an improving situation right now for the Oilers.
Yeah, protection is key, and they know that they're going to move forward. Past this week into the playoffs, protection is going to be key for this team.
And it is senior day here at Donnell Stadium, so the seniors going to be recognized. Parents and family out onto the field on one side, and then we're going to bring them in. And one of the things that's different this year, we mentioned at the home opener that Findlay switched locker room sides. They are under the home stands. So now this entry, which used to occur across the field, now is going to happen off to our right here, and they're going to come out and join their families here. And you did this not that long ago, Jeremiah, and this is really a special day.
Yeah, it really is a special day. All the hard work you put in over the years, all the memories and experiences that you've gained over the course of the years, and thinking about, myself and trying to relate it to the players as well. You came in here as a freshman a certain way, but you come now as a senior, a totally different person than you were before when you first came in. And just to be recognized in this moment, for a senior day, to have, a home game, to just lay it out all on the field and be recognized with your family here present, family and friends, it's truly amazing to all the hard work and dedication that you put in over the years.
Well, and you were Hawkeyeing things a little bit. We have some alumni, whether it's the actual alumni players themselves and in some cases their family as well here. And that reflects back on the senior aspect, but also everybody recognizing what's at stake for the Oilers today.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows how important this game is today. And, you see alumni coming back. And, just seeing the alumni back as well just talks about what it means to be an Oiler, just what it means to give back and support. So everybody knows the importance of this game. The players know it. So here we go.
All right, let's take a look at those standings. We talked about the standings and where things break down between these two teams, and the Oilers sitting at top there at the perfect mark overall and in conference play, and Tiffin down a little bit. But again, Ashland just that one loss. So if the Oilers were to win, or if the Oilers were to lose and Ashland would win, they would be in a tie. They would be co-champs. And as Jeremiah said, you're certainly trying to avoid that. And then there's other implications. Findlay currently number 2 in the regional rankings, which is the key aspect in regards to the playoffs. And a win solidifies that. There are some people who think if the math goes the right way, way, Findlay could jump to the #1 spot in that region, which means you would host all the way through the region at that point. For sure, if you stay at 2, you're going to until the regional finals, so certainly some advantages at stake there as well.
Yeah, you're most comfortable playing at home, and I think that's going to be key in these playoffs coming up for the Oilers. And this is going to be a test as well. We spoke about the #1 offense versus #1 defense. This is going to be a playoff game atmosphere for this team.
All right, we're going to take our first time out. When we come back, Andrea Hoffman had a chance to sit down with head coach Corey Allen to talk about this matchup and more. And we'll do that when we return on UFTV, FloCollege, and WLFC.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Hi, I'm Tom Dager, Commissioner of the Great Midwest Athletic Conference. As Commissioner, I am proud of the hard work and dedication our student-athletes show every day. Your support helps us build character, integrity, and lifelong skills in our athletes. Thank you for being part of our community, and thanks for tuning in to the Great Midwest Digital Network. Hi, I'm Tom Dager, Commissioner of the Great Midwest Athletic Conference. As Commissioner, I am proud of the hard work and dedication our student-athletes show every day. Your support helps us build character, integrity, and lifelong skills in our athletes. Thank you for being part of our community, and thanks for tuning in to the Great Midwest Digital Network.
Pregame show. I'm Andrea Hoffman alongside head coach Corey Allen to bring you this week's Oiler Outlook as your Oilers face off at home against the Tiffin Dragons. Coach, plenty to talk about after last week's win. Congratulations. A statement win on the road against number 15 Ashland, clinching at least a share of the GMAC title and a spot in the NCAA D2 playoffs. Looking back at Saturday, what impressed you most about your team's performance in such a high-stakes environment?
First of all, thank you. Appreciate it. It's obviously nice when you accomplish some of the goals that you set out to do. I think the thing that impressed me most is that we didn't get rattled in certain moments, that we played together. We talked about going on the road, just a small group of guys getting on a couple buses, going over there to a place where we had never won. We were 0-5 all time at Jack Miller Stadium, and again, things didn't always go our way, but the fight and the grit that our guys showed was impressive.
Like you said, this was your first win at Ashland in 19 years and the first AFCA top 25 win in the NCAA era. What did that milestone mean to this program?
I'm not sure what it meant to people on the outside. To the inside, we prepared all week to play a game, and we had something to prove, and we did, and I think that's the end of it.
Your defense has been elite all season, but holding Ashland to just 3 points and 84 rushing yards might have been the best performance yet. What was the mindset of the game plan going in?
Well, we talked about what travels well. When you play big games on the road, and we said what travels well is physicality. As you get later in the season, it's not as much about speed and all the tricks and nuances that go into some of the things you kind of see early on in the season. What plays well in November is a physical style of play, and that's what they brought.
Your offensive line faced one of the nation's top defensive fronts. What can you say about their physicality and execution in last week's game?
Yeah, I thought we just stayed with it. I think we had the ball for 35 minutes. That's a tribute to our defense getting off the field, offense staying on. We were 9-16 on third downs, and every rushing yard was fought for hard by the offensive line, the tight ends, fullbacks, and of course our tailbacks who ran really hard. I thought that we were able to win in the end. And it wasn't easy initially, but we were able to continue to just grind and lean on them.
We also talk about the punt, Owen Clevenger's 86-yard boot from the back of your own end zone. A conference record, completely flipped the momentum. How do you see that play change the game?
Well, it was, I joked on Monday with the guys that when he hit that, like Cleveland Air Traffic Control asked what was flying over Jack Miller Stadium. There's just over 3 minutes ago in the first half, we had a 2-score lead. They had all 3 timeouts. And so when you look at that from the game within the game, 9 times out of 10, they're going to possess the ball somewhere around the 50-yard line, so they're going to work with a half field. So they were getting ready to work with a half field with all 3 timeouts and the first half winding down, and they got the ball to start the second half. So to do what he did, and I think the return man ended up picking up the ball initially on the 6-yard line, to do what he did completely stole the momentum and changed the course of what they were able to do offensively. So it was huge.
You're now 10-0 for the first time since 1997. When I talked to your captains at the beginning of the season, we talked a lot about goals, and one of their big goals was beating Ashland. So what has this team and that leadership with those captains facilitated you to be able to get to this point?
I think those guys have done a great job all year, not just the captains, but that upperclassmen leadership. This is a group of guys that, way back in August when we sat down together, there's a group of guys, those seniors, and we said, it's our senior year. It's this staff's 4th year here together, and it's their 4th year playing, and those guys are really leading at a high level, and we're excited to see what they do moving forward.
You've secured the automatic qualifier in the NCAA Division II playoffs. How do you balance celebrating that achievement while keeping locked in on this week's game?
Yeah, you and everybody else on the outside are the only people that I have to actually answer those questions to, so that's how.
Now all eyes turn to Tiffin on the Battle of 224, a rivalry game with history and emotion. What's the message to the team heading into a game like this?
The message to the team is just to prepare. Tiffin is an outstanding football team. We understand that. We know that when you start playing common opponents year after year after year, opponents that are right in your backyard, it doesn't take much to understand who they are. And as we've watched them and prepared all week on film, this is a very, very good football team. And we need to be ready to play our style of football on Saturday at Donnell.
The newest regional rankings came out this week, and Findlay remains number 2 in the Super Region 3. What does holding a top 4 spot and the chance to host a playoff game and play back at Donnell this season mean?
Well, anytime that you get a chance to play at home and get a home crowd, that'd be great. And we get a chance to do that this Saturday, so that's what we're worried about.
Coach, last regular season game on Saturday, what do you want to see from your team this week?
We have another opportunity to prove it. Proving it's not about getting a piece of hardware or anything like that. Proving it as a physical style of play, a mindset, and that's something that we need to carry into this Saturday.
All right. Thanks, Coach, and go Oilers.
Go Oilers.
You can catch the Battle of 224 right here on UFTV and FloCollege.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
The environmental health, safety, and sustainability field is growing rapidly, with opportunities in safety, environmental protection, sustainability, policy, worker safety, public health, and emergency response. EHSS graduates from the University of Findlay have gone on to work for Fortune 500 companies across the United States, along with federal and local agencies to assist and lead in compliance, training, mitigation strategies, and innovative sustainability achievements. If you want to make a difference in the environment or any of these areas, this program will give you the knowledge, network, and opportunities to do so. Learn how you can be the voice for change in an evolving and critical industry by visiting findlay.edu/EHSS or uFindlayEHSS on Instagram.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II. where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome to the Great Midwest Athletic Conference, where greatness is achieved from heart-stopping moments to incredible teamwork and unyielding determination. This is more than a conference. It's a community of excellence where academic success meets athletic prowess and future leaders are forged. The Great Midwest Athletic Conference. Building character through competition.
Back here at Donnell Stadium, just about ready to get things kicked off between the Oilers and the Dragons. As we said, it was senior day, or it is senior day here, and they bring them out, and it's always surreal to me how quickly 4 to 5 years can go. And you kind of were even talking about that yourself a little bit, Jeremiah.
Yeah, it's just amazing to see the growth and development from coming in your freshman year versus where the players are now to their senior year into where they are in grad school. So, you know, it's amazing, and we're going to see that experience outplayed today in this game.
And it's a surreal experience for the guy in his 23rd year doing it. I've told the story before. I called Sam Wyrow's dad, Nate, the Hall of Famer. I called his games on this same field back in the 90s, and then to watch Sam go all the way through high school and did his high school games and now his university games, it really is a special experience. It's part of what it makes Oiler football special, the sense of family and community. You know, when those seniors came down, they weren't just hugging their parents at the end, they were hugging the parents adjacent to them as well. Because there's one thing that I think our coaching staff over the last 10, 15 years especially has done an exceptional job of, is creating a sense of family. All right, the Dragons won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so Findlay will be receiving that opening kickoff. Dom Bennett probably going to get a chance to return one here. Dom, one of the top kickoff returners in the conference. 37 career kickoff returns, 837 yards. Has yet to take one to the house. I'd take it today without a whole lot of complaint. And we are underway in the war for 224 into the end zone. And he's going to bring it out. He thought about it for a second. Shake and bake. Oh, great move, but we're going to have a flag. It's coming back on a block in the back. And I think he beat the guy without the help from behind, but Oilers are going to start this one deep in their own territory. Be the Oiler offense going on the field first. Chase Harrison, the 6-foot junior out of Centerville, Ohio, of course, from Ball State. Before that, Marshall University. He has 80 of 119 for 1,009 yards, 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But has been a very workmanlike effort, especially through these last three or four games. You know, this gauntlet that Findlay's been on since the ODU game has been impressive. I mean, Ohio Dominican, Northwood, and then Ashland. And to come out of that 3-0, and then overall 10-0, talks a lot about what this team has done. So they'll spot this all the way back just across the 6-yard line, so deep in their own territory. Findlay starts this one. One wide out to each side. Now bring the near side receiver in motion across, so it's 2 up top. Handoff faked, rolling out, looking, flips it, and complete across the 25 and down to the 28-yard line. And I like that. Obviously, with Findlay being the best running team, Dragons are looking for it. You catch them cheating to the middle a little bit.
Yeah, Tiffin's defense anticipated run right there. Nice play action. What a fantastic throw right there by Chase.
So Brennan Remy with the catch and the first down, and now Findlay has some room to operate. Jaden Farmer behind Harrison. Steps up onto his hip, does Jaden. Handoff, hits the hole and drives it to the 30. Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8 coming up. And, you know, there's not a whole lot where you look at this Oiler running game and you go, ooh, ah, a lot, but it's so consistent and it wears on you. And then in that third and fourth quarters, which is we really saw the last 2 weeks, it just wears you down and gets the better of you at the end.
Yeah, like you said right there, we're going to see how much Tiffin can take this running game through the course of this game.
2 receivers out to each side, a set of twins. Back still in the backfield, showing pressure on the top side of the formation is the Dragons. They'll back out of it. Throws it out to Farmer. He makes a man miss and gets it across the 35, out near the 36. We'll see where the spot is. That was interesting because they showed the pressure there with Jalen Coles, and he backed out of it, and he was in position for the screen, but Jaden just made him miss. Spots it at the 36, so a 3rd down and 2 situation. 2 to the near side, slot plus tight end. Jaden to the near side. Bring the top side receiver in motion, so it's trips all to the near side. Throws the check down, and good hit, timed up and put on there. That was Dennis Crawford who hit it as it got to Denny Furlong, and it's good to see Denny out there. Denny was a question mark after an injury last week, but he's out there, and Findlay obviously going to, in their own territory here, going to pump this one away. Owen Clevenger, who owns the University of Findlay and GMAC punting record after last week's 86-yard punt. Yeah, you heard that right, 86. Blast an end-over-ender here. Takes a hop and a good Oiler pop. Oh, probably would have liked to let that go a little farther, but down at the 30-yard line, and we'll see this #1 ranked Tiffin Dragon offense, #1 in the conference, led by the grad student Alex Johnson out of Bellevue, Washington. Was at the University of Washington for a cup of coffee and then moved on. Was last year's GMAC Offensive Player of the Year. On the season, 216 of 315 for 2,700 yards and 28 touchdowns. He is the epitome of the pocket passer. Reminds me a lot of Reese Jervis for Findlay fans back in the day. 2 receivers near side, 1 tight to the formation on the top. Play action, and he hands it off, and Ronald Blackman, who had a field day against the Oilers a year ago at Tiffin, gets a 12-yard pickup across the 40 and out to the 43, and they're going to come right back to the line of scrimmage. They might have caught the Oilers looking pass there, and Blackman with the big run. Fake, now they'll look to throw the ball, has plenty of time, airs it out, looking, and just out of the reach, was looking for Holbrook. Ethan Holbrook on the season, 36 catches, 500 yards, 11 touchdowns. That's the most receiving touchdowns in the conference. So 2nd and 10. It's decent coverage there, but Holbrook did have a step. Put a cluster of 3 receivers on the top of the formation, single on the near side. Throw it out on the screen action to Blackman, and that's blown up in the backfield. Johnny Harris. Johnny Harris coming up from that secondary spot, making the play, and sets him up with 3rd and 12. This is going to be a big factor in this game. Both these teams pretty good at converting 3rd down. Findlay is the best defensive 3rd down team in the conference. They're going to have to get one here. 2 receivers split on each side. Running back on the hip, bring a receiver across, so it's going to be trips to the top of the formation. Straight drop, pressure comes, hit as he releases, caught. And a 1st down in Oiler territory inside the 40. Found Will Linkhart. If you give him time, I mean, Findlay was just a click late on the pressure. Dragons again right back to the line of scrimmage. Findlay trying to rush a man off. 2 receivers to the near side. 1 up top, an H-back up, and a tailback behind. And that pistol formation is Johnson. He'll give it. Trying the right side. Bounced off a couple of tacklers. This is coming back on a hold. That was Tyrese Banks-Dorn on the carry. So a big step off there. It's going to take it back to the Oiler 49-yard line in a 1st and 20 situation. Two receivers in the slot near side, single on top on the end of the line, and this gets whistled down before it gets going. You got a procedure call this time. So now take him back across midfield. And if you're a Findlay fan, this drive's going in the right direction.
Penalty moves the ball back to the Tiffin 46-yard line. 1st and 25.
A back burner for the Dragons right here. Looked like they had something going offensively, converting on that 3rd down, but a couple penalties pushing them back to where they started.
Well, when you talk about keys to the game, the big play, Findlay has to limit the big play. This is a Dragon offense that lives for the big play. If you make them long drive it, they're not as potent of a team. Two receivers out each side. Now the back comes out to the near side, so a 5-receiver package. Johnson back, looks, throws a screen, and Findlay rallies to the football and stops them for another loss. Went to Linkard, who had the big catch for a 1st down in Oiler territory. Did a flag go there? I don't think so. No, just have a helmet that came off, so they had to switch somebody out. Findlay's going to change up the defensive line.
2-yard loss on the play, 2nd down, 27.
So tried the screen action, Findlay rallied to it. 2nd and 27 here. Two receivers near side, one up top. The give bounces off to Blackman. Oh, Findlay had him in the backfield. Is that Sammy who hit him in the backfield, I think? Just not able to get him down. No, check that. That was Henderson who hit him in the backfield. It's still a 3rd and 23 here. Findlay showing you why. They've only given up 51 rush yards a game. Single receiver out top. Findlay playing him a 10-yard cushion here on 3rd and 23. Johnson back, has time. Now he's going to be flush from the pocket. Looks, chucks one up. He's got a man. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, the Oilers catch such a break. Had Holbrook, who's one of the most dangerous receivers in the conference, got in behind. And again, we said that Johnson, a pocket passer by nature, but he moves well enough to buy time for his receivers to get open. And this is a team that has a lot of great receivers, but fortunately one of them dropped a pass there. So Wires on to punt this one away. Dom Bennett back. No, Chad Remy back to receive the punt. Makes it at the 7, makes the first man miss. Fighting, and we got another flag coming in. I think they're going to get Findlay for an illegal block again.
Jake Jacoby on the tackle for Tiffin, penalty marker down.
Oh, the official made an interesting gesture towards the Dragons as he's explaining to the referee. And this is an extended explanation of the penalty. See what the official has to say here. Oh, so it's a hold against Tiffin. And apparently required quite a bit of explanation. Our officials, our umpire Brent Brown, our linesman Joe Goshera, our line judge Dennis Stoddard, our field judge Ron Jackson, our side judge Michael Bruno, back judge Kasim Ahmed, and our referee Mr. Chris Glass. So that actually improves the Findlay situation. Out across the 30 to the 32, about where their last drive ended. Wide out to each side. Fake the handoff's going to keep and goes behind and then dives out to, well, 34 and a half maybe. Not much there, was trying to track behind Jaden.
On the stop for the Dragons. Gain of 2, 2nd down, 8.
2nd down and 8 now for this Oiler offense. A pair of receivers to the near side. Put a tight end on the left end of the line. H-back up. That looks to be cross. Pressure coming. Hand off, Farmer. And he pushes it across the 35 to the 36. Pick up another 2 and leaves them with 3rd down and 6. Hard going in the middle right now, Jeremiah.
Hard going in the middle right now. Makes you think, is Findlay going to open it up at some point in the game?
Eagle Moore on the stop. 2-yard gain on the play, 3rd down, 6.
Now we talked about it. If you're Findlay, you want to possess the ball. Certainly you want to score it, but you just want to possess it. You're going to need to convert a 3rd down and 6 here. Tight formation, 1 back behind. Steps up, looks, throws, complete. 1st down and more, and spins it into Tiffin territory around the 43-yard line. Brendan Remy again with another big catch. Donovan O'Leary checks in, take a look at it on the replay. Just set down in the soft spot. You DBs hate it when they do that.
We hate it. But these 3rd down conversions are going to be key for the Oilers in this game to keep the Tiffin offense off the field.
2 up top, 1 to the near side of the receivers. H-back up. Now bring that inside receiver in motion across. That's Nielsen. Fake the handoff, rolls, steps up, makes a man miss this chase. He's going to tuck it, and he takes it to the 35. Nice bit of improvisation by the quarterback.
Brought down by Jacob Kuhlman.
Jaden Farmer gave a little bit of a block there to kind of spring it.
2nd down, 2 from the Dragon.
Even Findlay with a 2nd and 8. Wouldn't be surprised to see Findlay maybe take a shot with a tight end here. It's kind of usually in their rhythm. Furlong to the left, Remy to the right. H-back up is cross. Farmer stays in the backfield. From the pistol. Handoff goes to Farmer, and he burrows for 1st down and a couple extra as he takes it just shy of the 30-yard line. That'll move the sticks. 6 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Scoreless between Findlay and Tiffin, but the Oilers threatening.
Radical Rockermel with the tackle for Tiffin. Gain to the Dragon, 30-yard line, 1st down, Oilers.
Aiden Gilbo checks in. He goes wide to the top of the formation. Remy and Nielsen to the right side. Farmer stays in the backfield with Chase Harrison, the quarterback. Now bring Gilbo in motion across. The give to Jaden. Bounces it to the outside. He's got a little run room. Cuts it back to the inside and takes it inside the 15. Another Oiler 1st down.
This is what the Dragons wanted to avoid right here. The Oilers getting their run game going. It's going to allow them to gain more confidence to keep running the football on them. And that's going to be time of possession, as you said earlier.
Great seal block there. Tajamir Nash on that left tackle position. You were talking about him in the pregame and living up to his billing there. Findlay with a 1st and 10 at the 16 of the Dragons. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Bring Gilbo in motion and into the backfield as an H-back. Long look by Harrison. Now moves Gilbo to the left. Gives it to Jaden, and Jaden is just going to keep on bulldozing all the way to the 10. Is it the biggest gain you've ever seen? No, but he was wrapped up by 3 guys and still went forward an additional 3 yards. 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4. Phenomenal. Nielsen into the lineup. He goes to the left with Remy. Furlong to the right. Seems to be some confusion on the route. Findlay shifting it around. Give to Jaden again. He starts at middle bounce. That's coming back on a hold. It would have been a 1st down, but it's going to get now a 2nd flag comes in. This could be double interesting.
Aiden Fisher with the stop.
And apparently both flags were for the same thing. Well, now they're going to talk some more. Nope. I thought maybe there might have been a second foul that maybe gave us an opportunity to have offsetting, but after they conference now.
Moves the ball to the Tiffin 21-yard line, second down, 15.
So now the Oilers looking at 2nd and 15. Second and 14. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Defensive front shifts. Bring the receiver down in motion across. That's Furlong rolling that way, then throws back, and that's just as well. That was incomplete. They were waiting on that throwback coming to Donovan O'Leary on the left side, and if he catches it, it's going to be a loss of 7. But incomplete keeps us at least at 3rd and 15. Certainly you'd love to get a first down here, but more than anything, you don't want to take a loss here and let Bards have a chance at a field goal, worst case scenario. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Just under 3.5 minutes left here in the opening quarter, scoreless. Play action, throwing it up, looking to the end zone. That should be, oh wow, looking for the flag, couldn't get it. Certainly looked like he got grabbed and held up there trying to run his route, but the official says no.
Malik Baker defending for the Dragons. Brings up 4th down.
So bring on Bards.
Zachary Bards in for the field goal attempt of 38 yards out of the hold of the
This will be a 38-yard attempt. 10 of 15 on the season. Spot is down by Clevenger. The kick is up. It's got the distance. And it's online. And the Oilers on the scoreboard first. With 3:22 left in the first, they lead it 3-0. Back in a moment on UFTV, WLFC, and FloCollege.
If you're not here for Fandom 101, you're in the wrong class. Here, we learn the fundamentals of fanology, the basics of bringing the noise, and the physics of bringing out. Your path to fan mastery begins here. It's all part of the curriculum. The NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Back here at Donnell Stadium where the Oilers take a 3-0 lead on the field goal by Bards.
Owen Clevenger kick for the Oilers.
Now Owen Clevenger to put a foot to it.
C.D. Garnett.
High, short spinning kick, takes a hop, and it's going to go out of bounds. That's unfortunate. If it holds up just a little bit, the Oilers actually have a chance to recover that, but it skipped out of bounds. That was, just for the record, Owen kicking into the wind there. So a really good starting field position for this high-powered Dragons offense. So the defense, who forced a couple of mistakes and a couple of losses, back out there. Handoff, Blackman being chased. Henderson got into him in the backfield, but he was able to get away from him and get out right around the line of scrimmage. Certainly one of the keys for the Dragons had to be trying to get a running game going so Findlay can't just cue the passing game. But so far we haven't seen that. Wide out on the near side, wide out on the top. Johnson back, throws, and a first down, and then forced out of bounds is Holbrook.
Alex Johnson's pass complete to Ethan Holbrook.
Bumba in coverage there. Takes it out to their own 48. And then right back to the line of scrimmage. Findlay never got set defensively. Handoff, Blackman, and again, not much there. Yard and a half, maybe 2.
Johnny Harrison, Sam Wyrow.
Wyrow and Harrison on the stop. You say that a lot. Put the nose of the football right on the 50-yard line. Play action fake, Johnson back, plenty of time, airs it out, looks long. Holbrook has a step, caught and downed at the 5. And again, they let him behind. And I'm just not sure how or why, to be honest with you. And Dragons threatening to take a lead here as they have it 1st and goal at the Findlay 4. Quickly again, Blackman, and he's going to be dropped down in the backfield. Sam Wyrow slices in and brings him down back at the 5.
Sam Wyrow with the stop for the Oilers. 1 yard loss on the play, 2nd down.
That is your prototypical Sam Wyrow tackle right there. There you see the catch earlier by Holbrook. Finley changes out some personnel. 2 receivers out at the top in a tight cluster. Slot a man on the near side. Bring a man across, that's Holbrook. Back, looks, throws, the screen, and into the end zone. We had a flag thrown in. I think we're going to get a defensive hold here that they're going to decline and take the touchdown. But we'll see.
For the Tiffin touchdown.
Weems with the catch on the screen action out of the backfield. Yep. So we talked about this Dragon team does not take long, does not need long to score. And we talked about the big play, and they hit the big play, a 45-yarder to Holbrook that set all this up. Bring on the extra point. Kick is up. And the kick is good. Just got it inside the left upright. With 1:14 left in the first, the Dragons go in front 7-3. We'll be back with more in a moment on UFTV, WLFC, and FloCollege.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back at Donnell Stadium, Oilers put up the 38-yard field goal. Dragons answer back in very quick fashion with the touchdown drive. Now kick it away to the Oilers. This one's going to go out the back of the end zone by Rudolph, and Findlay will start 1st and 10 after the touchback.
First and 10 Oilers from their own 25-yard.
So at the 25-yard line is where this drive will start. That last drive by the Dragons, 6 plays, 85 yards, took just 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Findlay with 2 receivers stacked out top, 1 to the near side, bring a man across, handoff, Farmer again. And Jaden tests the left side, pushes it forward for a pickup of 3. And there's the Dragon down in a heap. Did not see what happened there at all. But he is in a lot of pain here. Again, if you're just joining us, 1:02 left here in the first. Findlay was on the board first with the 38-yard field goal, and the player up and off on his own power. That was Ethan Evers, their outstanding outside linebacker.
Play, 2nd down, 7 for the Oilers from their own 28-yard line.
So 2nd and 7 now for the Oilers. H-back up, tailback behind and to the left. 2 receivers up top, now one of them in motion, that's Remy. Back throws it a quick out, complete to Remy.
Harrison's pass complete to
And he had it out to the 33 to Remy before being driven back. Now they'll spot it at the 34, so leaving Findlay a 3rd and 1 here.
Gain to the Findlay 34-yard line, 3rd down and 1.
Brendan Remy just has been outstanding. Findlay, who has suffered on the offense, especially at that receiver position, so many injuries, and so guys like Nielsen and Furlong and Remy to step up, handoff, and dives forward for the first down. Jaden initially took a hard step left, and he saw a defender and quickly jabbed it back, gets the first down. That'll be the end of the first quarter. Each team finding the score pad, but Tiffin in front, 7-3. Back with second quarter action in a moment on UFTV, WLFC, and FloCollege. Do we need an idea?
The University of Findlay Department of Media and Communication offers 3 majors: journalism and digital media, public relations, and organizational communication. Comm majors have the opportunity to be leaders in our on-campus media outlets, including UFTV, 88.3 WLFC, and Pulse News, our award-winning student newspaper. Students can join the Pulse Media Club and participate in a number of digital media production events and experiences. Whether it's shooting and editing video, creating PR campaigns, crafting social media strategy, or writing in-depth news stories, our goal is to help students become great storytellers. Alumni of our department work in a variety of communication careers, including news anchor and reporter, copy editor and page designer, digital marketing manager, social media community management specialist, and many more. You can find more about how to get on the path to success at findlay.edu/communication. It's where you can develop meaningful lives and productive careers.
Back here at Donnell Stadium, Findlay at 1st and 10 at their own 37. Handoff to Farmer, and initially ran through the tackle, but not able to keep his balance. Pick up of 2 to the 39. And the Oilers riding that Jaden Farmer train pretty hard and heavy here in the first half.
Yeah, it's got a lot of carries here early on. He's had a couple good runs, but Tiffin has done a kind of a good job right now here with the run early on. But as you said earlier, let's see if the run wears them down over the course of the game.
Stack 2 receivers on each side. Harrison with Tiffin showing pressure, and they bring the pressure. Throw the quick out here on the near side. Furlong, and he spins to the 43, maybe the 44, call it the 43. It's going to leave Findlay with a 3rd down and 4.
Gain is to the Findlay 44-yard line, 3rd down, 3.
Two receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Farmer stays in the backfield with Chase Harrison, showing pressure up the middle, but they don't bring it. Throws it out over the top, and that's got to be pass interference. There it is. The official who was staring right at him, now he'll throw it. That's good. I mean, he just tackled him. And now, in the defender's defense, and you're smiling ear to ear because you've been in this row. If he doesn't do that, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, if he doesn't do that, that's a touchdown, because Remy looks like he's going to run right past him, but the corner could do nothing but hold him.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's unfortunate for the Oilers. Would have been a 1st down, but at the line of scrimmage, Gavin Miller gets called for hands to the face, and it wipes them out. So it stays 3rd down and long 3, short 4. Two receivers up top, one to the near side, H back up. Farmer on the right hip of Harrison. Back, throws the quick check down. Did he hold on to it? Yes, he did. Has a tough catch. Gilbo gets the 1st down. Got the 1st down marker and then an extra yard to make sure. Took a pretty good look if you watch it here on the replay. Well, this was the earlier on the pass interference. Oilers go 2 up top, 2 to the near side. And again, Dragons show pressure and then back out of it. Handoff, Farmer finds a seam and takes it across the inside the 40 of the Dragons to the 39. I tell you, it's almost like the play action is working in reverse, because they're so sure that one of these times the Oilers are going to try to go over the top. They don't ever quite bring it, and Jaden has been able to take advantage of it. Change up the back in the backfield for the Oilers. Bring in Amari Felder. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Now Furlong on the left side comes in motion around deep. Pump fake once. Harrison's going to be sacked. Big play, Chris Walton. He's been kept pretty quiet to this point. You knew it wasn't going to stay that way. The defending GMAC Defensive Lineman of the Year and a first-team All-American. Tremendous story. Originally at Newberry University down in South Carolina. Took a tryout when Coach Prime took over at Colorado. Got actually offered a scholarship, but there was a mishap with his paperwork, and Colorado had to rescind the offer, and then he ends up at Tiffin. 2nd down and 16. Moving Nielsen all around, handoff. Trying the middle and pushes it back. And gets back what was lost on the most of what was lost on the previous play. Finley's going to be looking at 3rd down and long here.
Gain of 4, 3rd down, 11.
I want to see how aggressive Finley's going to be right here. Being down 7-3, trusting your defense. I want to see how aggressive they're going to be on this play.
Just over 11 minutes left here in the first half. Dragons lead it 7-3. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Felder stays in the backfield. Play action, pressure comes, spins out, and he's going to be sacked. Got their hands on him, did Kevin Hornbeek. Kevin Hornbeek, I believe a St. John's product out of Toledo.
Losses to the Oilers 40.
Take another look at it here.
And
actually also in on that, don't want to give credit, Uzana Nzikwe. And Holbrook back to receive the kick from Clevenger. Kind of a line drive, gives him some opportunity, but great coverage by Findlay. Got down there and short return. Good foot put to it by the record holder, Owen Clevenger.
Will Kurtz on the stop for the Oilers.
Still 7-3 Dragons, and they'll start this drive at their own 12. So their defense needs to come up with another stop. Give the offense another chance, and if you can change some field position, that'd be a real bonus if you're Findlay's defense. And a run, and breaks a couple of tackles. And Blackman gets it out to the 30-yard line. Looked like they had him slowed down, but Blackman, a strong runner. We got a flag in the backfield, though, and it's going to wipe it out. And step them back 10 instead. Sometimes you're able to get through that hole because of that reason right there.
6-yard line, 1st down, 16.
So a half the distance. Takes it back to the 6. Two receivers left. One receiver to the offensive right. Now bring the back out here to the near side as well. That's Amari White. Had a couple big catches last week at Northwood. Straight drop, quick throw through the hands and incomplete.
Alex Johnson's pass intended for Jaden.
Looking for Jade McKinstry, the former Fremont Ross product. grad student, 6'6", 215.
Second down, 16.
Second down and 16 now for the Dragons. Slide the receiver in to it's 2 tied to the formation near side, 2 up top, quick throw. They go right back to McKinstry. And he catches about half of what they need, maybe a little bit more even. Henderson on the tackle, but that was just a quick throw and got it into McKinstry's hands before the Oilers ever had a chance to find him. 3rd down and 6 for the Dragons. Findlay needing that stop, as we said. 2 receivers out here on the near side. 1 up top, now the 3rd receiver on the inside here. Back looks, going through his progression, throws late and incomplete. Went to McKinstry again. It's going to leave him 4th and 6 in a probable punt situation here.
Christian Stokes defending for the Oilers.
Stokes on the coverage. Tell you, people have stayed away from Christian's side of the field usually. We haven't called his name a lot this season.
And we see why right there. Sometimes as a quarterback, having your name not being called is the best thing for you.
Hangs a high punt, not very long. Matter of fact, he gets up in the wind, takes a hop, a little bit of a drag and roll, but not much. Findlay's going to have outstanding field position at their own 46.
Down at the Findlay 46-yard line, 1st down Oilers. Fans remember to connect with the Oilers.
8:53 remaining. As we said, we know the Oilers are in the playoffs. Where and when is to be determined. This game will have a say in it. What happens around the country will have a say in it. And if you keep tuned to FindlayOilers.com, they'll keep you up to date on all of it. And there's a lot of excitement in Oiler athletics right now. Volleyball having a great season. Women's soccer playing for a GMAC title today. Findlay, 2 receivers, 1 out to each side. Bring the H-back into the backfield. Handoff back to Farmer, and Farmer running through tackles again. Takes it just across midfield and into the Dragons side of midfield.
2nd down, 5.
And I'll tell you this can work both ways, but more so for the defenders. The more Jaden Farmer punishes these defenders, the more as the game goes on, he said the run is going to wear on them. But you're not going to be wanting to hit this running back more and more as the game goes on.
2 to the left, 2 to the right are the receivers. Bring Gilbo into the backfield. Handoff again, Farmer, and he hammers his way in there again. It's going to leave the Oilers with a 3rd and 2. Short 2.
Albanese on the stop.
Albanese on the stop. The senior out of Cincinnati. 23 tackles, 3 for loss, 1.5 sacks. Farmer stays in, cross the H-back. Couple of receivers tight on the near side of the formation, single on the top. Harrison, long look at it. And that's going, well, no flag. Now the flag comes late. So let's figure this out. Because I'll be honest, I thought it was a procedure call on the Oilers. But it wasn't thrown when it normally would be thrown for a procedure call. Instead, it's going to be a holding call, turns this into 3rd and 12. That was weird.
Could be oh, we forgot this call. Let's, I don't want to put that on the referees, but.
He called a hold here. I would have much rather had the 5-yard procedure. Yeah. Take another look at it here. I guess they moved with the snap. The guys who didn't move were behind. They thought it was a click later, so I can see why they didn't call the procedure. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right on 3rd and 9. Steps up and miscommunication. Receiver hadn't even turned out there with Elijah McLaughlin out there. I think if Chase makes his progression to the left side, I think he had a couple of options.
4th down and 9.
But
Owen Clevenger in the punt for the Oilers.
he's talking with Coach Coughlin, the quarterback's coach. And this gets whistled down. That's going to be a procedure call, so back it up a little farther. I don't think that's going to be terrible for Owen. So make it 4th and 14 now. Snap back. Ooh, just got that off, but gets off a beauty, takes a hop.
Wow.
Let it roll, and it goes inside the 10, and looks like it's going to be stopped around the 7. Beautiful punt by Owen, good coverage by the Oilers. So another opportunity for the Oilers to perhaps force them into something here. We talked about it. If you can avoid the big play, the Dragons do not have a great history of long, prolonged drives. They have some of them, but not a lot of them. And again, the scoring drive was kicked with that 45-yard pass that really set it up. So 1st and 10 for the Dragons from their own 7. 2 receivers to the left. Drops back, looks, and he's going to be sacked for the safety.
Alex Johnson sacked in the end zone for safety.
He didn't see him coming. And the Oilers are going to get the 2. The defense, we talked about the defense is going to have to make some things happen. Take another look at it here on the replay. And wraps him up. He shucked him. And that was Desmond Brown with the sack for the safety. And now on top of that, the Oilers are going to get the football back offensively. Big play by the defense. And when you're the #1 defense, you got to step up, and that's exactly what this Oiler team did. The punt, the special team sets it up, pinning them back deep, and then Desk does the rest. Now the Oilers trailed just by 2, 7-5. Like a baseball score at this point.
And maybe this is what that Oilers offense needs as well. Just more opportunities for this offense to get going, and this is what the defense has done to them.
Anthony Carnage to kick for the Dragons.
So a couple guys back. It's Dom Bennett on the right.
Dominic Bennett and Brian Hunt to receive.
Again, these Tiffin kicking into the wind here. Findlay needs to keep that in mind. They go the line drive, takes a hop, fielded it on the hop, brings it to the 30 to 35, breaks across the 40 and dives to about the 42 or 43. Easy, cool tempers. Let's keep our composure. A little pushing and shoving coming out of that.
1st and 10 Oilers from their own 42-yard line.
They're going to say first touchdown at the 42, where it'll be 1st and 10. So bring back out the offense. Two receivers near side, H back up, wide out on the right side as well. Again, the give. Jaden kind of shuffles his feet, looking for a hole, and then burrows forward for a couple.
Kevin Hornbeck on the tackle for Tiffin. Gain of 3, 2nd down, 7.
So 2nd and 7. So put the nose on the 45 of Findlay. Clock continues to move, 6:22. 7-5 Dragons on top. Findlay on the board first with a 38-yard field goal, then the touchdown pass by the Dragons, and then Findlay most recently the safety, and Coach Allen wants a timeout to talk things over with 6:08. We were talking earlier about Oiler athletics really being on the high. Just kind of threw it in there. We mentioned later today the University of Findlay women's soccer team playing for a GMAC tournament title and a chance to move on into the regionals. Volleyball playing their final regular season conclusion. They're tied for first in the GMAC as well, and perhaps in position to host games in the conference tournament and also in the regional. Women's golf finished the fall season ranked 4th in the nation as they'll look ahead to the spring. Just so many good things going on in Oiler athletics right now.
Yeah, so many great things are happening for the athletics right now, and a lot of good performances as well.
And of course, a 10-0 football team is always a good thing. Both the men's and women's basketball teams opened with road victories yesterday. The women up at Lake Superior State, the men out at Quincy against Truman. Both those teams in action again today. All right, Findlay brings a receiver in motion down into the backfield. 2 receivers to the left. Handoff, looking to try to get the corner turned is Dom Bennett, and Dom's going to pick up a couple. We'll see where they spot him out.
Run out of bounds by Isaiah Funches-Foster.
Funches-Foster, a Lima senior product from just downs I-75, I should say. And Findlay looking at 3rd down and 5 from their own 47 after the pickup of 2. Two receivers right, 1 to the left. Empty backfield. Nice throw, and the first down for the Oilers. And Remy wanted more. He thought if he steps out of that tackle, he might have been able to explode through there, but a really nice route. Watch this again on the replay. Like the way Chase set his feet here and just waited for him to come clear. And an Oiler first down at the 41. Two receivers to the right, tight end, and an H-back on the left. Drop by Harrison, looks, steps up, throws his check down, finds Remy, takes a pop, but holds on, and has another Oiler first down at the Dragon 30. Clock moving, 4:25 and counting. Findlay trailing by 2, but looking to change that.
What a play right there by Chase, extending the play. See, he's about to get sacked. The pressure's collapsing and stepping up and flicking it off to Remy.
Two receivers tight to the left. Now they'll spread them to the left. Single on the right, H-back up. Farmer gets the handoff again, and he finds a seam up the middle, and just an ankle tackle. Making the play was Jacob Tuame, the leading tackler for this team, but you know when the safety's your leading tackler, that's not great news usually.
Not great news. That means everything is coming to the safety, but nice run right here by Jaden Farmer, and at some point he's going to break one loose. Almost did right here, just running through arm tackles. Not a smart decision.
Pulled Ethan Lane around there, and he had the seal block. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Bring a man in motion across, and again, Farmer go to the big dog. Picks up about 3. McLaughlin checking in for Findlay. 2nd and 7 now for Findlay. 3 minutes, coming up on 3 minutes remaining on the running clock. And you'd love to score with little to no time left here in the half. Dragons do receive the second half kickoff.
Got a little Wildcat action going on.
So change it up with Remy at the quarterback and the Wildcat. Good eyes, Jeremiah. Going to try to run the draw, nothing there. Got back to the line of scrimmage. Tried catching him maybe off guard.
No gain on the play, 3rd down 7.
O'Leary checks in at the tight end position. Wide out to the near side, and one out to the top is Furlong. And what do we got, a timeout here? I think the Oilers took one again. Oh, we got to the 2-minute timeout, so we're gonna take the 2-minute timeout. Findlay trails Tiffin 7-5, but threatening to change that when we return here on UFTV, WLFC, and FloCollege.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think.
Back here at Donnell Stadium, 3rd and 7. Move Nielsen in motion across the formation. Throw to him out there in the flat, and second effort. He's not going to get there, though. He's going to come up just shy. Now a decision for Coach Corey Allen. You kick a field goal, you go up 8-7. Well, actually, he's shorter than I thought he was. I thought he was only a yard short. That spot shows him a good 2 yards short. So bring out Barsd.
And I think it's a good decision by the Oilers. As good as your defense has been playing, they score. You know, the Tiffin scored off of a MA, so I think it's a good decision right here.
Hit the 38-yarder earlier, this one from 25. Spot down, the kick is up, certainly long enough, and it is good. 1:09 left here in the first half, and Findlay goes in front 8-7. Going to keep it here on UFTV. As we said, the Oilers are in the playoffs. We know that. We just don't know when or where. If it's back here, then we will be back to, UFTV will be back to have the coverage of that. Hope you'll make plans to join us, and again, keep track of that with FindlayOilers.com. A little later today on UFTV, that volleyball action we talked about, the dreaded Hillsdale Chargers coming in to Niekamp Arena. It's a 4 o'clock start. Clevenger now getting ready to kick this one away. See if Owen can put this one through the back of the end zone maybe. Maybe they have a different strategic kick here. We'll see. Kicking away and into the end zone, and that'll be the touchback out to the 25.
Clevenger's kickoff travels into the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10, Dragons from their own 25-yard line.
Now again, we talked, this Dragon offense has the ability to strike quickly. So if you're Findlay, you just got to keep this where it's at, because the last thing you want is the Dragons to double up since they get that second half kickoff. Back, Johnson looks, throws a little check down. Trying to pick his way, nice blocking, takes it across the 35, out to the 39. And it looked like the Oilers had that stop for short gain early, but once Blackman gets his feet moving, he becomes a load to bring down. 1st and 10, his own 39, right back at it. Johnson looks, loads up, looking long, and intercepted. Jayon Harvey. He went up and challenged Ethan Holbrook and comes away with the pick. The Oiler faithful like what they've seen here. Great defensive play. Take another look at it here. Johnson, plenty of time. Throws a good ball, but Jayon Harvey just says, no, I'm going to go over the top of you, Ethan Holbrook, and I'm just going to take it at its highest point. Great play.
Being the receiver in place of the receiver right there. What a pick right there by Jayon Harvey. A big stop.
Now, Findlay, I don't think you need to get crazy here. Going to the locker room up 8-7 is not the worst thing, but let's see what Coach O and the offensive staff have in mind. Handoff and nothing there. Going to lose a yard. One of the few times Jaden has come up short. I mean, I think that's the first time he's lost yardage on a run today. Second down and 11, and Findlay content to let this clock run, and now it's just going to take the knee. And goes to the locker room with the lead, the narrowest of them. It's an 8-7 Oiler lead over Tiffin as we head to the half. And when we come back, we'll have an interview with Michelle Durant, head coach of the women's basketball team, right here on UFTV, WLFC, and FloCollege.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
From court to court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome to Oiler Outlook. I'm Andrea Hoffman alongside head women's basketball coach Michelle Durant to bring you an inside look into Oiler women's basketball this season. Coach, the team is coming off a strong 20-10 season and a 13-7 finish in the conference. As you enter this new year, what is the overall mindset and energy in the program?
The energy's been great. I think our mindset's really good. We talk a lot about process, don't really talk a ton about wins and losses, but I think our mindset's been great and I love our energy.
You guys were picked 4th in the GMAC preseason poll, but those picks don't really mean much when you come down to the end of the season. But do you think this gives the team something to prove this season?
Sure. I think anytime you're not picked first, you have something to prove. So, yeah, 4th. I think we can finish higher than 4th for sure.
With 10 upperclassmen and 9 underclassmen, how would you describe the balance of youth on this roster?
You know, it's hard sometimes having that many freshmen come in or new players come in, but I think it's been great so far. I think they're learning a lot, and our upperclassmen are doing a great job of leading them and teaching them of how things should be.
Having such a large veteran presence, what are some voices that are stepping up to be leaders both on and off the court?
Well, of course, our seniors, Ella and Alyssa, have been with us for 4 years now, and the three of us actually came in together. Araya Douglas came in as a transfer for us, and Araya just does a great job of keeping everybody loose. And then we have a very large junior class, and they're vocal, and they really have a lot of fun together. So all of them in their own way have had a piece in leading our team this year so far.
How do you see your upperclassmen help set the tone for younger players who are just getting adjusted to the pace and physicality of college basketball?
Well, I think they've been through it too. So even though maybe, you know, for Elle and Alyssa it's been a couple years, but they remember how hard it was when they were freshmen, and I think they've just been really good and patient in talking with those girls, and you know, they just have to show up to practice every day, and if you don't keep up, then you're going to be on the sidelines. So I think they just kind of do it by experience.
What do you think this group's biggest strength is, whether that's chemistry, depth, defense, or something else?
I think our chemistry is really good. I think our depth is strong. I think our work ethic is really, really good this year. I really like how we're approaching the game and approaching practice.
You opened up with an exhibition match against Division I Cleveland State and came up short 75-55. What were some of the biggest takeaways or teaching moments from that matchup?
Well, I think first of all, that score isn't indicative of how the game went. We were up in the third quarter. I think we were down 6 going into the fourth. We just kind of had a little bit of a meltdown in the fourth quarter and made some mistakes that they capitalized on like they should. But I think it was actually a confidence builder for us and showed us that we can play with anybody when we want to play well. And then we got to look at film and see where we need to make improvements.
Do you think the energy and the performance in the first 3 quarters of that game helped boost the confidence of this team going into the rest of the season?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, again, Cleveland State's supposed to beat us bad. They're at Division I for a reason. So I definitely think it helped us for sure.
Playing against a Division I opponent before the season, how valuable is that experience in testing your team's composure and identifying areas for improvement early on?
Well, on top of just being a really good experience to do something like that, I just think it's a good gauge for us to see where we were at in our program, and I think that it did that for us.
The GMAC continues to be a tough conference. What do you see as the biggest challenges and opportunities in this year's league?
I think the GMAC is really a strong conference, you know, all the way from the top to the bottom. I mean, you can't take a game lightly. You have to come in every night ready to play, or somebody's going to get you. Our top teams are certainly very good, but I think all through the conference it's really well balanced.
Coach, you helped build this program up since you started here in 2022. What values have you implemented in this program to keep you moving in that right direction?
I think we stress humility, we stress hard work, we stress playing with joy is one of the things we've talked a lot about this year. I think it's important for me also to coach with joy. I've gotten for 35 years to do the thing that I love the most in my life, so I need to play with more joy and not be so stressed out all the time about things. And I think I'm trying to do that a little bit more this year. But I think in general, I just think we've recruited really, really good high character people in our program.
When you look back at last year's 20-win campaign, what lessons do you want your players to carry forward into this season?
Well, I think, you know, not to take things for granted. We had a 20-win season last year, and it was a successful season, but we actually left a couple games that we could have won and maybe had a little bit even better record. So I think just taking things one game at a time, continuing to improve, and continuing to play together are the most important things.
Lastly, Coach, how important is it for you to start the season strong, especially with the schedule that's likely to test your veteran and new players right off the bat?
Yeah, our schedule is really, really difficult. It's very important to start strong, and I don't even necessarily mean wins and losses. I just think we have to go out on the court and really be playing at our best and trying to give our best every game, and if we can do that, then we'll be satisfied with the result.
All right, thanks, Coach, and good luck this season.
Thank you.
This has been an inside look into Oiler women's basketball here on UFTV and FloCollege.
Want to be a radio DJ? Produce interesting and fun podcasts? How about learning to create your own YouTube sports show? These are just some of the things you can do majoring in media and communication at the University of Findlay. Our campus radio station, 88.3 WLFC, is located at the center of campus in the AMU. And UFTV has transformed into a video streaming powerhouse, covering athletics and a number of other campus events. There are countless opportunities for students interested in digital media production and content creation, as experienced faculty and staff offer a guiding hand to work toward professional accomplishments. It's here where you can develop meaningful lives and productive careers.
What's up, GMAC fans? I'm Katie Gahuli, host of the Talkin' GMAC podcast. We hope you'll join us each week for all things GMAC, from interviews with current and former student athletes to headlines and highlights from around the league. Find the Talkin' GMAC podcast on the Great Midwest Digital Network or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're watching UFTV. The television branch of Pulse Media at the University of Findlay streams the arts, athletics, and educational content to viewers across campus and the world via our website, pulse.findlay.edu, and our YouTube channel at UFTV Findlay. Our staff of UF students, led by a pair of television industry professionals, also broadcasts Oilers athletics on FloCollege and now features partnerships with the Flag City Sluggers and WOSN.
Touchdown, Oilers!
Whether simply enjoying our content or searching for someone to produce your own, UFTV has you covered. If you'd like to work with us as either a client or as a UF student employee, reach out by visiting pulse.findlay.edu and navigating to the TV tab. UFTV, bringing education and entertainment to the Findlay community and beyond.
Back here at Donnell Stadium, the University of Findlay Marching Band playing their Veterans Day salute, going through all the anthems of all the branches of the armed service and doing a great job. And before that, they recognized the senior band members as well, as again, this is senior day. And it's a senior day that at the half has the Oilers in front, Jeremiah, 8-7. And there's some things in here that are good that we talked about we needed to see for the Oilers to come away with the win, and maybe some things that maybe not that great. But let's take a look here first at the scoring recap. It was the Oilers on the board first at the 3:22 mark of the first quarter. A 10-play, 47-yard drive that took 5 minutes and 27 seconds, capped off with the Zach Bars field goal, and Findlay was in front 3-0. But on that very next drive, we saw that thing from the Dragons we didn't want to see, and that was the big play. Weems pulls in a 5-yard pass from Alex Johnson, and the Rudolph kick was good. It was a 6-play, 85-yard drive, but that 45 of that 85 was hitting one big play, and that's what the Oilers really want to avoid.
Yeah, they want to avoid that moving forward. But if you're an Oilers fan, you're looking good right now, up 8-7 right now. You know, them scoring off of a big play. But something you mentioned earlier in the game is the time of possession. As we look at that, with Oilers being 21 minutes to Tiffin's 8 minutes, both teams have the same amount of passing attempts, but Findlay just has possessed the ball longer, and that's what you want from this Findlay Oilers. And we see the defense. You know, they messed up one time, gave it the big go route, but you know they've been stout with their defense so far. And as long as they keep running the ball consistently as they've been doing, they will control the game.
Well, and then we also talked about it as well. The defense was going to have to make plays, and they did. 6:56 of the second quarter after Owen Clevenger pins them back in deep with a brilliant punt. Findlay gets the safety. Desmond Brown into the end zone, brings the quarterback down on the sack, gets the additional 2 points, makes it 7-5. And then Findlay able to take that ensuing free kick. They cover 50 yards in 9 plays, take 5 minutes and 42 seconds, and they get a second field goal by Bars, and it has them in front. And so certainly, as you said, the good news is you're in front. Your defense has made some big plays, and for the most part, with probably the exception of one, you've limited the big play. And then you really talk about a big play by the defense, the interception there towards the end of the half that keeps it right where it's at.
Yeah, and the defense, they're going to be on their toes for the rest of the game. Like you said, coming into it, this is the #1 offense in the league right now. So you're always going to be on your toes with this offense on the other side, and they may need another turnover in this game to give their offense that possession of the ball. So it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out.
finish up those stats you see on the screen there. Total yards, 168 to 135 in favor of Findlay. Rushing the ball, most of that on Jaden Farmer, 23 carries, 77 yards. A couple of runs by Blackman, but other than that, kept pretty quiet in the run game. 6 of them for 30 yards. An effective passing effort here by Chase Harrison today. The passing yards roughly equal, but then as you said, it's that time of possession that really jumps out at you. 21:56 to just 8:04 in that. Take a look at a couple individual numbers. As we said, Harrison 8 of 12 for 85 yards. He has been sacked twice. Farmer 78 yards rushing in that first half as well, so well on to meeting his season average. And then 5 catches by Brendan Remy for 72 yards. Jaden Farmer with a catch, Denny Furlong with a catch, and Donovan O'Leary with a catch, just to name a few. And then your defense, who's been leading the way most of this year and certainly again today. Sam Wyrout, not surprised, leading the charge. 4 total tackles, including 2 tackles for loss. Johnny Harris, he's got 3 total tackles, including a tackle for loss on a big play. Adonai Bumba and Kevin Henderson each with a couple of tackles, and it all adds up to Findlay an 8-7 lead at the half. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the GMAC scoreboard and get you updated on all of the things and get you ready for that second half. Again, Findlay in front, 8-7 here on UFTV, WLFC, and FloCollege.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
I pledge.
I pledge.
I pledge. I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
In the University of Findlay Department of Media and Communication, students have experiential learning opportunities they just won't find anywhere else. Now, more than ever, media literacy is important and journalism matters. Young journalists at UF have a fun yet challenging opportunity to work with experienced professors and longtime journalists to develop their craft. At the award-winning student newspaper, The Pulse, students develop their journalistic and digital media skills as they cover campus news, events, and features. Calm faculty and staff are always willing to help students connect to a professional in a variety of communication fields. It's here where you can develop meaningful lives and productive careers.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Welcome back to Donnell Stadium, and getting ready to wrap up our halftime here and get ready for the second half. Oilers in front 8-7. Let's take a look around the rest of the GMAC here real quick. Meanwhile, it's Walsh on top of Northwood by a count of 10-7. That one being played at Walsh. Meanwhile, the Eagles of Ashland at home, the number 15th ranked Eagles, they lead Lake Erie 7-0. That one's still in the first quarter as well. Hillsdale just getting on the board here a moment ago, and they lead Ohio Dominican 7-0. And then the only other score down in Owensboro, Kentucky, scoreless between Kentucky and Thomas More. A bit of a backyard rival there between those two. But here it's 8-7 Jeremiah, and the Oilers, you know, they're going to be having to face this offense again. And you ask a question, does Tiffin continue to come out looking to be on the attack, playing with a lot of tempo, and Findlay for the most part is handled, or do you try to just work the ball down the field?
As far as Tiffin, I'm not too sure right now. You know, we've seen them try to use the hurry up early on, and you know, it worked as far as the big play is concerned, and it will also, you know, try to lessen the pass rush from the Oilers defense. But I think now they have to kind of take their time with their plays, because they know when Findlay's getting the ball, they're going to surely take their time. You're going to run the ball consistently, which might Tiffin needs to be more aggressive on defense as well. But I'm really interested to see how Tiffin comes out on offense and to see how the Oilers defense game plans against that.
Yeah, we talked about it. The Oilers don't necessarily have to score every drive, but they do need to possess it, and they need to eat up that clock, because as the old saying goes, if you have the football, the other team doesn't, and it's pretty hard to score without it. Now, you can, like the Oilers did with the safety, but still, at the end of the day, if you have the football, that's in your best interest. But it's going to be in Tiffin's hands here shortly as Findlay prepares to kick it away. That interception at the end of the half really kind of changed the emotion on both sidelines, and it'll be curious to see how that continues to fan out. Clevenger to put the foot to it. He'll be kicking into the wind to start this second half. And it's a pretty stiff wind. Big foot put to it, hangs up around the 7, fielded there. Looking to bring it up the far side, cuts it across, brought down. A couple of flags are thrown in. Really away from where the return was, so it'll be curious to see these penalties. So a hold against the Dragons. So backs it up a little bit. Takes it back to the 16 where this drive will start, 1st and 10. Now my gut reaction to your question earlier, Jeremiah, is at the end of the day, you got to be who you are. And the Dragons are attacked. But we'll see. One wide out to the top, 2 to the near side. Tailback behind is Blackman. He'll get the handoff and has a short pickup. Harvey comes up in on the stop.
Kevin Henderson with the stop for the Oilers.
Henderson also in there, obviously.
2 on the play,
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They're looking to go student body right, and they find a seam. First down yardage and more across the 30. So they put all the action to the right, and then Blackman kind of cut it back across the grain and found a seam.
31-yard line, first down, Dragon.
Again, quickly back at it is Johnson. Drops back, looking to throw, pressured, and he's going to throw it away. And he was outside of the pocket, but outside the tackle box. It was being pressured there. Sam Wyrow chasing him.
Second down and 10 for Tiffin.
Second down and 10 after the incompletion. Stack 2 receivers near side, 1 up to the top. Oh, Blockman fakes the pitch back on the flea flicker and then takes it himself. A little bit of trickery there to pick up about 8 yards. And I call it 7. So third down and 3. Biddings and Wyrow in on the stop. Watch this again on the replay. He acts like he's going to throw it back, and that really did. It froze the one defensive lineman. Three to the right, 2 to the left in the empty backfield for Johnson. He usually likes to go with the quick here. Looked like he made a change. Back, has time, throws, and Holbrook diving catch across midfield and into Oiler territory at the 46. This is all about the time. Findlay only brought 3. Findlay just trying to keep it in front of them, and to some degree you can understand that thought process. Fresh set of downs. 1 in a slot near side, 1 up top. Now they'll shift the formation, bring the slot to the top of the formation. Handoff, and pushes just across the 45, inside the 45. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Play action fake, has time, throws that middle screen and overthrew it. Was looking to go for his last release to Weems, who he caught on the touchdown earlier. So 3rd and 8 now. Findlay doing a better job covering up that backside. As you could see, Johnson went through all his progressions and couldn't find anything.
A lot of time right there for the quarterback. The D-line of Oilers may be a little gassed in this possession.
2 to the right, 1 in a slot to the left. Johnson back, throws the screen, and upended is Holbrook after a short pickup. Henderson with the tackle. Let me check that. That was Zalewski, not Holbrook. So 4th and 6, and past practice says they're going to go here in plus territory. And a lineman hobbles off, and the receiver Zalewski both hobble off there. Johnson lines up on 4th and 6. Cluster and the right guard moved a little quick, and that might change the decision making here.
Joseph Waters in the front for the Dragons.
So bring on the punter.
Brennan Remy to receive.
Remy goes back to field it. Hangs one to the right side and kind of decoyed, and it goes back into the end zone, and that'll come out.
Travels into the end zone for a touchdown.
So Findlay's defense comes up with another stop, and the Oiler offense comes back out onto the field.
1st and 10 Oilers from their own 25-yard line. Direction 20-yard line.
Here comes that Oiler offense. Chase Harrison, who's been very workmanlike here. 8 of 12, 85 yards. One wide out to each side, plus a tight end. And an H-back. Handoff again to Farmer. Lowers his shoulder, good tackle. Limits him to a short pickup.
Isaiah Funches Foster with the tackle for the Dragons. Gain of 3, second down, 7.
Funches Foster, the other safety. As I said earlier, Lima senior product. 51 tackles, 2 interceptions on the season. Redshirt junior. Bring a man in motion and then send him back. That's Nielsen. Play action, boots out, throws the check down. Furlong makes the man miss and spins his way for another Oiler first down and more.
Chase Harrison pass complete to Denny Furlong.
Ooh, and Denny a little shook up. We mentioned he was questionable whether he was going to be able to go, but that doesn't look like his leg. That looked like he might have got an arm. Launch it again. This is a bread and butter in this offense. So fresh set of downs. One wide out to each side, a couple of tight ends. Give it to Remy on the sweep around action. Student body left. And he pushes it to the 41 of Findlay. A good 5-yard pickup.
Tackle for Tiffin. Gain of 5 on the play, second down, 5.
And the offense not showing anything spectacular or not getting out of what they're normally accustomed to doing. Everything's staying so simple right now, but they're very consistent in their yardage gaining and their time of possession that they're conceding this game.
Restrooms on the visitor side are open for your use.
We got movement and false start against the Oilers. That defense shifted down. I didn't see any movement. 17, so must have been the wide out.
5-yard penalty moves the ball back to the Findlay 36-yard line, second down, 10.
Makai Smith, I didn't even see him in there, but turns it into 2nd and 10. Handoff, and not much there that time for Jaden. He has been the workhorse.
Nico Bowler with the tackle for Tiffin.
Clock continues to move. 8:50 and counting. Findlay leads at 8-7 if you're just joining us. I know it's an unusual score, and it got there in an unusual way. A couple field goals and a safety for Findlay. So 3rd and 9 now for the Oilers. 3 receivers to the right, single to the left. Again, a defensive shift up front, showing pressure up the middle. Back, flush from the pocket. Chase, no place to go. He's just going to run it out of bounds.
Chase Harrison, the ball carrier.
Little to no gain, and that is going to bring on Owen Clevenger to put a foot to this one again, I think.
That'll bring up 4th down and 10 for the Oilers.
So penalty derails that drive a little bit. You see Chase there again. Numbers aren't overwhelming, but you know what he hasn't done? He hasn't made a mistake.
And that's what all you need in these type of games, in these playoff atmosphere type of games. That's what you need for your quarterback, to be smart with the football.
Holbrook back around his own 26. Bobbled snap, that's a problem. Owen's gonna try to run, and he's got no place to go. Unfortunate. Evan had about 5 different thoughts. You could see it going through his head. Do I still try to kick it? Do I try to throw it? Do I try to run? And it's going to give the Dragons great field position here, right about where they left off their previous drive. Just had trouble handling the snap. We said the wind might have blown it a little bit off trajectory, maybe. I don't know. But opportunity here for the Dragons and this Oiler defense, which has been outstanding all year and very good today. It's going to have to come up with another one. Handoff Blackman, and he's going to be swarmed over and lose a yard. A lot of chirping going on. Henderson leading the oral exposition. Second down and 11. Look at that. Everything on the right. Now shift it. Have a different quarterback. No, we're going Wildcat here. Reverse around the other way. Loads up, throws back, and intercepted. Oh, my. What a play by the Oilers. That was one of the craziest plays you're ever going to see.
Christian Stokes defending for the Oilers.
Are they saying he didn't catch it? They said he didn't. I thought he caught it. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a crazy play. You guys need to star this one. Watch it again. Reversed it a couple of times, then tried the throwback. Oh, it did come out. I didn't see that. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Johnson, the handoff, and they trip him up. Running up and making the play.
Tyrese Banks Dorn, the ball carrier.
Dorn on the carry, and Henderson again with the play, sets up 4th and 8. And I think the Dragons were going here either way. Tried to cross the Oilers up with the run. So another 4th down opportunity here for this defense. Oilers best in the conference on 4th down conversion. They just don't give them up. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Dorn stays in the backfield. Johnson back, pressure in his face, lets it go, incomplete. Here comes the pass interference call. Well, and that's kind of a crazy play, and it's pass interference. I'm not going to say it's not, but the receiver intentionally ran into the defender, who never saw him coming and then flipped over, and that made the play, and that's, the officials are going to call that every time. Prolonged conversation. Oh, going with the defensive hold. That's something completely different than what I saw. Again, not saying it didn't happen, I just didn't see it. At a 5-yard penalty, the automatic 1st down is going to come with it. That's the correct myself, 10-yard penalty. So a fresh set of downs for the Dragons. Bring a man through the backfield. That's Holbrook on the left side, and changing the play is going to be Johnson. 2 receivers to the right. Handoff, Dorn finds a little bit. Oh, he ran over one man and burrows forward. About a 7-yard pickup, nice run. So bringing in some fresh legs gives them a little bit of extra here. Blackman comes back in. Handoff to Blackman. Challenges the right side and upended. Might have lost a half a yard, as again, that pursued by this Oiler defense. We talked about it. They come in giving up only 51 yards on the ground. They've given up more than that here today, but not much more at this point. And another 3rd down situation here. White goes to the left along with McKinstry and Holbrook. Johnson back, throws the check down, wanted Holbrook and threw it short. I'll tell you what, I don't know that I've ever seen anybody from beginning of game until now more fired up than Kevin Henderson is.
Every single play he's fired up. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Just stay on this side of the line. Yeah. Just stay on this side of the line.
Comes with their energy each and every single play.
All right, field goal attempt coming. This will be spotted down at the 25. So a 35-yard attempt for Rudolph. This is with the wind at his back. Spot down, the kick is up. And the kick is good. And the Dragons will retake the lead. They're able to capitalize on the miscue in the punting game. And they go in front 10-8 with 4:48 left in the third. Back with more in a moment on UFTV, WLFC, and FloCollege. Back at Donnell Stadium. Dragons go back in front, 10-8. The 35-yard field goal by Rudolph and the Dragons. Now they'll kick it away to the Oilers. This one's going to go out the back of the end zone. And bring it out to the 25. That's where the Oilers offensively go 1st and 10.
First and 10 Oilers from their own 25-yard line.
So take a look at some of the numbers. First downs 11-9 in favor of Findlay. Rushing yardage 84-62. Passing yards 123 to 104 in favor of the Dragons. So total offense 188 Findlay, 185 Dragons. Just as tight as the scoreboard shows. Stack a couple receivers up top, one out to the near side. Delay handoff goes to Farmer, and he hammers his way out to the 29, 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6.
Jacob Tuame and Danny Mason with the stop.
O'Leary checks into the lineup for Findlay. Andy Furlong back in there, that's good to see. Couple wideouts both on the near side. Tight ends in there. Handoff again. Started it left, brought it back to the middle, did Farmer. He's going to take it to just shy of the 33. So a long 2, short 3 here for Findlay.
32-yard line, 3rd down 2.
Oilers got to string together a drive here just to try to change the field. Bring a man across, then send him back. That's Furlong. Pressure comes late. Chase avoids the initial. Still looking, airs it out, and battles his way back for the football. This is a flag's going to be thrown in here. The ball was underthrown. Nielsen should be Oiler football, but we got to sort out the flag. Mitch caught it first. The officials don't know. Now they'll get, after talking, take another look at it. Great job by Chase to avoid the pressure. Spins out, keeps his eyes. Not able to get his feet under it, so it's kind of underthrown, but Mitch definitely worked his way back there to come up with it.
And more times than not, that call goes to the receiver either way.
Tie goes to the offense. So Oilers 1st and 10 at the 35 of the Dragons. That was a crazy one. One wide out to each side. Back. Pump fakes, now throws, complete. Furlong came back for it. And then he kind of lost his footing as he went to turn it out, but still a nice pickup. Takes it to the 27 of the Dragons. Gonna leave a 2nd and 2.
27-yard line.
Feels like a good time to come back to Jaden here. Three receivers go to the left. That's the wide side of the field. Furlong the single on the near side. Now Findlay will shift the whole formation. Bring Gilbo into the backfield. Put two receivers on the right, stacked. Give to Farmer, and he finds a seam up the middle. First down yardage and more to the 16. Well, and then we had some stuff going on after the play, and there's some more going on. Remy and one of the Dragons got into a pushing match. They both went down in a pile. Now the question is going to be, what did the officials see? And they're going to have to conference this up. Now, personally, I'm the guy who says, shouldn't we just automatically go to the film to see what happened here? But that's not how it works. But after the play was long whistled over, one of each, an Oiler and a Dragon, went to the ground. Then the Dragon player got up and was all kinds of fired up and was pushing and shoving. You could argue maybe even threw a punch. But we're going to see. Now, the good news, we'll wait and see what the official says. They decided it's on the defense, so it'll be, and it's dead ball, so it'll be tagged on. So you watch the play, great run here. Good window dressing by the Oilers to create the opportunity, and then you could just see it going out the right side out of our camera shot. Those bodies went down, but it was definitely the Dragon player who continued it on. So the Oilers now first and goal from the 8 of the Dragons, looking to retake a lead. Two receivers to the left, single is Furlong on the right. Shift cross and Farmer to the left of Harrison. Give again to Jaden, tries the right side, end zone touchdown Oilers! Just overpowered him. And how about Denny Furlong running the defender out and then sealing him off. And the Oilers go in front 14-10 with a point after try coming. Watch it again. That offensive line is really starting to get his legs under it here, Jeremiah. Watch it again. Seal. And like I said, Remy seals off the corner on the outside. Clevenger gets it down, partially blocked, and it's no good. They are very good at that. They've gotten in on several kicks this year, have the Dragons, and that was Dennis Crawford off the edge, and it bounces off the crossbar. Rare miss by Bards this season. Take another look at it from the end zone. Crawford's going to come off from your right. Oh, that's the touchdown again, my apologies. Either way, the Oilers in front 14-10. Going to keep it here with just 1:53 left in the third, but I think we talked about it at the opening, we talked about it at the half, and we've referenced it several times. You feel like this running game is starting to wear down this Dragon defense.
Yeah, you see just right there, Tiffin made a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties on that last drive right there, and Findlay was just able to capitalize, and eventually score a touchdown on that drive.
And keeping your composure, which is not always easy to do. High kick, spinning. He goes out of bounds again. Well, with this wind, and the wind is blowing into the face of Owen and to that side of the field, the visitor side of the field. That last drive, 6 plays, 75 yards, 8-yard run by Farmer. And the Bars kick was blocked. So officials conferencing here. I assume it's coming out to the 35. And the officials staying there, but this conversation has gone on for a while. And now Coach Ekins is not liking what he's hearing. Oh, so after it was over, the frustration for the Dragons continues. So take it back to the 20. And it goes back to what you said, making mistakes. See if the Oilers can, again, capitalize. Minute 53 left in the third. Oilers on top, 14-10. Findlay trying to complete the perfect season. At least regular season, that is. Stack two receivers near side does Tiffin. Single receiver up top. Back, looking, flushed, has time, and does a check down, and that's immediately going to be swarmed over, but a good pickup out near the 25, 26, and now we're going to have a hold against the Oilers. That flag came in after the play was completely done. Then the official came in and then dropped his flag and signaled a hold. And so take it back to the 30 on the holding call. Got an injured Oiler back up the field, and now he's going to get up and he's going to break into a little bit of a trot. Hopefully that's a good sign.
Moves the ball to the Tiffin 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
That London Claxton.
Yep.
Okay. London, one of the seniors recognized pregame. Great career he's had. Two to the near side, one on the top, back behind. Johnson with a fresh set of downs. Moves Holbrook from the left to his right. And another change by Johnson. And the give to Blackman. Wanted to bounce it outside, pursued too much and dropped for another loss. And the Oilers run at 11 at the ball. Wyrau in on that, Brown in on that. This fire that this Oiler defense is playing with is phenomenal. 2nd and 11 after the loss of 1. Right back to the line of scrimmage. 2 up top, 1 to the near side. Play action. Throws his check down. And that's Blackman, and he makes a nice move to pick up a couple extra after the catch. Tell you, you cannot not be impressed with Alex Johnson. The way he works through his progressions is impressive.
Evading the pressure a lot this time, extending the play on these pass attempts.
30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Findlay leads at 14-10 and a 3rd and 3 for the Dragons. Tight formation with wideouts on each side. Bring a man across, that's Holbrook. So it's trips out here on the near side. You're looking to change the play again. Johnson takes the snap, throws the quick, complete for the first down. That was a nice read and a good throw.
Johnson's pass complete to
takes it into Oiler territory at the 49. But that's going to be the end of the third quarter. We expected it to be a dogfight. Guess what? It's been a dogfight, but right now the Oilers are in front, 14-10. This is Oiler football on UFTV, WLFC, and FloCollege.
14, Tiffin University 10.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools, for nearly 500,000 student athletes, college sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity. And we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Back at Donnell Stadium, 1st and 10 for the Dragons to start the 4th quarter. Handoff. Dorn, he finds a seam, hurdles a man, still on his feet. 25, 20, and finally brought down near the 16-yard line. Biggest run of the day for the Dragons.
Christian Stokes on the stop for Findlay.
And the Dragons knocking on the door again.
16-yard line, 1st down, Tiffin.
Handoff again to Dorn. Started it outside, moves it back to the middle. Still picks up about 4 yards.
Dorn again on the carry.
Dorn's bringing a little something to this running game.
Definitely give that Tiffin offense a little spark right there. Maybe just what they needed.
4 on the play, 2nd down, 6.
McKinstry, the wideout, checks in. He'll come to the near side with Linkhart. Holbrook and White go to the left. Now Dorn goes out and lines up as a slot receiver. Empty backfield. Johnson back. Heaving it up, looking end zone. Oh, nice play by McKinstry. Oh, that should be taunting, and it's going to be. McKinstry looked right in his face and spun the ball and taunted him. It's not going to change the touchdown. It was a great play by McKinstry. You got to give him that. Just like Jayon Harvey outdueled Holbrook for the interception earlier, this time it's McKinstry who pulls it off, and he just goes up above and rips it out.
I think Stokes right there just slipped under his feet when he tried to jump.
So bring on the extra point team, a chance for the Dragons to go in front 3 here. It's going to be enforced on the try. So they were going to go up for, look to go for 2. So I saw Coach Allen over here. The whole coaching staff was waving their arms, trying to get the officials' attention. The officials had assumed Findlay wanted it on the ensuing kickoff. So now this will be an extra point from 35 yards out, which Rudolph hit one from a little while ago. This time into the wind, though. Certainly has the distance, and it's good. Impressive kick by Rudolph. So 13-38, the Dragons go up 3, 17-14. And we'll be back in a moment on UFTV, WLFC, and FloCollege.
Want to be a radio DJ? Produce interesting and fun podcasts? How about learning to create your own YouTube sports show? These are just some of the things you can do majoring in media and communication at the University of Findlay. Our campus radio station, 88.3 WLFC, is located at the center of campus in the AMU. And UFTV has transformed into a video streaming powerhouse, covering athletics and a number of other campus events. There are countless opportunities for students interested in digital media production and content creation, as experienced faculty and staff offer a guiding hand to work toward professional accomplishments. It's here where you can develop meaningful lives and productive careers.
Back at Donnell Stadium, Oilers prepare to field the kickoff here. Skipping kick, fielded at the 12. Goes over the right side, pushes it out across the 30 to around the 32. See where they officially spot it.
Ryan Konieski on the stop for Tiffin.
Right on the 32. So that's where Findlay will go 1st and 10.
32-yard line.
So now this tug of war scoreboard that we've had going back and forth. Findlay led it 3-0. The Dragons 7-3. Findlay eventually took an 8-7 lead. Now 17-10 Dragons. Handoff. Farmer, he finds a seam, still on his feet, drives into the 40. Mark at the 41. And that'll leave a 2nd and 1.
Mason on the stop. 9-yard gain on the
Oilers
play,
offense
second down,
not abandoning
1.
that running game despite being down here in this 4th quarter, and I think it's good they're not.
Yeah, you got to keep it on the ground, and that eats up time as long as you can move the ball. Oilers over almost 120 yards rushing here. Bring a man in motion. Fake the give to him. Throw the check down out the backside. Donovan O'Leary. And O'Leary into Dragon territory before being angled out of bounds at the Dragon 44.
To the Tiffin 44-yard line.
Talked about it, variations of this before. This is just a staple of this offense. Mike Riggerman, of course, gained a whole lot of yardage and a whole lot of touchdowns on that play. 1st and 10 for Findlay. Pressure showing off the near side edge by the Dragons. Throw it out here on the near side to Remy. Remy fights his way inside the 40 to the 38. Another good pickup on 1st down.
Mason and Isaiah punches Foster with the tackle. Gain of 6, 2nd down, 4. Ball placed at the Tiffin 38-yard line.
Oilers go 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Cross the up. Now shift it to the right. Farmer in the backfield with them. Hand off to Jaden. He's got 1st down and more. Still on his feet, driving tacklers back to the 26-yard line.
Jacob is Duhamel on the stop. Isaiah punches Foster.
Kind of crossing them up here a little bit. Furlong goes to the right, Remy and Nielsen to the left. Now bring Remy across the formation. Boots it out, looking, going up top, and good defense and incomplete.
Harrison's pass intended for Brennan Remy, incomplete.
Danny Mason in the coverage.
Danny Mason defending for the Dragons. 2nd down.
So Findlay kind of going for the shot there. Now looking at 2nd and 10. They had that drag underneath, turned it down, trying to go up top. 2 receivers to each side. Now bring the inside receiver, Gilbo, into the backfield. The give to Jaden. And Jaden didn't find much there, maybe a yard. And now the Oilers looking at 3rd and 9. This may be 4-down territory.
Gain of 1, 3rd down, 9.
So we have the tight end drag again. There you see Coach Allen. Two to the left, 1 to the right. Remy comes through the backfield. Throws it back, Nielsen. And Findlay tried to get a little tricky. They backwards pass out here to the near side and then sent a man up the sideline. But they had it all covered up, did the Dragons, give them credit.
Loss of 1 on the play, 4th and 10 for the Oilers.
Dom Bennett was the one who they had up, but no space. So bring on Bards. It'll be a 44-yard attempt here. Wind is at his back. Snap back, spot down, kick is up. It's going to be short and wide right.
Barnes' kick is wide right, and with 9:22 remaining in the fourth period.
Still plenty of time left in this one at 9:22, but now the defense has to come up with something now.
Now this is where that number one defense comes into play. Having 2 turnovers already in this game, they may need another one to get their offense in good position to score.
And the Dragons, of course, who are always thinking foot on the gas pedal, are thinking put another score up here and perhaps put it out of reach. Two receivers left, back behind. Handoff, and finds a seam. This time it's Blackman across midfield, and then he scampers out of bounds. And then we're going to get a flag. Nothing happened. I have no. The Dragon went down, but he went down because he slipped out of bounds.
I really think he just fell out of bounds.
I really do.
On his own power.
It was right here in front of us. The defender pulled off at the white stripe. There is no way. There is absolutely no way.
What number did they say?
He said 14. That would be Andrew Leonard, the backup quarterback.
Here's the replay right here.
He was just standing there. That's horrible. All right, Bo, you're back. That's what you got to do. You can't change it. 1st and 10 at the Oiler 31. Handoff. Dorn spins out the backside. Got a holding call coming, but the Oilers may take the result of the play and the down.
Tyrese Banks Dorn on the carry. Markers are down.
Well, in typical Dragon fashion, this one has gotten, I should say Dragon Oiler fashion, this one is bitter, and it gets chippy. So it is a hold against the Dragons. Findlay will take the result of the play, which is a loss of 6. So 2nd and 16. Going to need a couple more of those. Two wideouts right, single right wideout to the left. Got a tight end in there. Handoff, Blackman, and cut down in the backfield. Sam Wyrow.
Wrapped up by Sam Wyrow for the Oilers.
It's a big 3rd down right here.
On the play, 3rd down, 16.
Well, and I got a feeling it's going to, if you skip the stop here, I got a feeling it's going to be a 4th down too. Looked like the receiver on the top had an early start there.
Interesting to see how this one plays out for the Tiffin offense. They played for 4 downs right here. Then they played, try to get in a field goal position and put 3 more points up on the board.
So wide out to the right is Linkhart. Cluster on the left, and at the last second, Alex Johnson has to take the timeout. So if you're just joining us, it was Findlay on the scoreboard first with a 38-yard field goal at the 3:22 mark of the first quarter. Tiffin answered back on the next drive, covering 85 yards in 6 plays, taking just 2 minutes and 7 seconds on a touchdown pass from Johnson to Weems to cap it off. Findlay then, after a full exchange of possessions, had them pinned back in deep after a great punt by Clevenger. And then Desmond Brown got into the backfield for the safety. At that point, made it 7-5 in favor of the Dragons. The ensuing kick, Findlay able to cover 50 yards in 9 plays and get a 25-yard field goal by Bars. Put Findlay in front 8-7, and that's how we went to the half. Dragons come out, get a field goal to go up 10-8. And then Findlay gets a touchdown from Jaden Farmer from 8 yards out to make it 14-10 Oilers. The extra point was blocked. And then McKinstry pulled in a 12-yard touchdown pass from Johnson. And after the kick, it was 17-14. Findlay since has missed a long field goal attempt. And now the Dragons looking at 3rd and 16. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 out to the top. Move your slot from the top to the near side. That's Holbrook. Back on the left hip, Johnson back. Findlay brings pressure, throwing it out over the top and overthrew it out of bounds. No chance. Tangle of bodies in the backfield. No flags though. And so now the Dragons are going to try to pin them back here, or yeah, going to try to pin them back in deep. Remy goes back to field it. Oilers trying to get personnel off. And a free 5 yards here going to the favor of the Oilers. I don't think that's going to affect the Dragons a ton here. Gives them a little more room to try to play the punt game. Again, the punt, though, will be into the wind.
5-yard penalty moves the ball to the Oiler 42-yard line. 4th down and 21.
Remy got his heels locked in, I got to think, here at the 10. Oh, Oilers came after it. He got tipped. Touched by one of the Dragons, so it should be down up at the 27 where it was touched. Oh, they're going to mark it all the way at the 30.
Punt is down at the Findlay 30-yard line. 1st and
still a good exchange for the Oilers. Another opportunity for this offense with 7:37 left, and you see he just got a piece of it. Just trying to catch that number as he flew across there.
Yeah, with Jayon Harvey right there.
Yeah, I think it was Jayon Harvey.
Making plays all over the field, special teams and defense.
So here comes the Oiler offense, trailing by 3, 17-14, 7:37 left in the game. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Play action, throw the screen out here to Nielsen. Nielsen makes the first man miss and drives it across the 35 to the 36.
Chris Walton on the stop for Tiffin.
2nd and 4 coming up.
2nd down 4.
Others do not have to rush here. Wide out near side, 2 up top, Farmer behind. Jaden gets the handoff and finds a bit of a seam to the right, takes it to the 40, and that'll be a 1st down. And Corey Allen would love to take 5-yard chunks all the way down the field. O'Leary checks in. Nielsen comes out.
Six minutes, 30 seconds left on this clock. I wonder how much time we're going to take off this clock on this drive.
2 receivers to the near side. Give again to Jaden. And Jaden moves the pile across the 45 to the 46. And again, we talked about it earlier, that wear down factor. It's like trying to catch a runaway bull every time he comes through that line. Another 2nd down and 4 for the Oilers. 2 tight on the top, 1 to the near side. Give again to Jaden. Short pickup that time to the 48 and a half. Going to leave them about 1.5 yards here on 3rd down.
Chris Walton and Jokel Brown with the tackle.
Walton in on the stop. I tell you what, the Oilers have done a nice job. Chris Walton has made a couple plays, and I got to tell you, I'm a big Chris Walton fan. He's a heck of a player, but he's been kept relatively quiet here this afternoon. Oilers on 3rd and short. Dragons load up the defensive line of scrimmage. Send Remy across. Play action, boot out. Tight end's covered up, throws on the late man coming across. Did he catch it? I didn't see a signal from the official, apparently not. They wanted to go to the first option. That was a layered out drag, and the first one was covered up by the Dragons. And so he went to the next tier up to Donovan O'Leary, and a little bit low, Donovan not able to pull it in. And on 4th and 1.5 here, Oilers gonna roll the dice. Load up the whole formation here, both sides of the line. And Jaden gets it.
Jaden Farmer for the Oilers, first down.
First down, Oilers. I think somebody's making a call for MVP if the Oilers can pull this one out.
I think the fans wanted that 3rd down, 3rd and 2. They wanted Jay to get the ball as well. But he gets in here on 4th and 2 and converts on that 4th down. Just seems to fall forward no matter what.
So 1st and 10 at the Dragon 49. Bring Gilbo into the backfield as an H-back. Handoff Jaden, and pushes for a couple.
Wrapped up by Jacob Duame.
Farmer already over 100 yards rushing.
Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down, 8 from the Tiffin 47-yard line.
Second down and 8. Wide out to each side. Now Remy comes in motion. Give him the handoff on the jet look. He turns it up. He's got first down yardage and more to the 35. So many of these Oilers on the offensive side of the ball. You say, Brendan Remy, but he just wants to win, just wants to play hard. Mitch Nielsen, same. Denny Furlong, same. Guys who just compete. And then you got an absolute stallion in the backfield and Jaden Farmer. He'll get the handle again. He'll try the right side and again burrows forward for another 5 or 6 yards. Clock continues to click down. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining. Oilers trail by 3. But threatening to change that. Amari Feller is going to come in and give us a spell to Jaden, and to be fair, it looks like he needs one. I don't think it'll be a long one.
4 minutes on this drive gone already just like that.
2 stacked on the left, 1 on the right. You give it to Feller. And a short pickup by Amari. It's going to leave him with a 3rd, and again, a long 1, short 2, and guess who's coming back?
On the play, 3rd down and 2 for the Oilers.
And it looks like the Oilers might let this run to the 2-minute timeout.
That's smart.
It's going to see here. It's going to be close. They get it off. No, they don't get it off. So we'll take it to the 2-minute timeout. Oilers trail 17-14, but threatening at the 27 of the Dragons. Back in a moment on UFTV, WLFC, and FloCollege. Back here at Donnell Stadium, can you say drama, Jeremiah?
I think that's a good way to describe this scene of events right now.
It's been a tug of war back and forth on the scoreboard. Both teams have made big plays. Findlay trails 17-14. Have a third and a long one here to get the first down. Obviously a field goal ties it, but I don't think you want to go to overtime against these Dragons. I think you want to try to end this if you can. But we still got some work to do here. The give, first down and more, still driving. Takes it inside the 20, and the Oiler faithful excited. By the way, great crowd coming out here for this season finale. A lot of family, obviously, because of senior day, but also you can see a lot of community, and as you pointed out, a lot of alumni.
A lot of alumni out here today. Filling the stands. Amazing atmosphere today.
Fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 at the 21 of the Dragons. Handoff again to Farmer. Runs out of a hand tackle and drives it inside the 15, close to the 13. About another 7-8 yard pickup.
And it's almost like you know who's getting the ball.
Well, you got the crowd chanting it, give the ball to Farmer, and you can't blame them. 2 to the right, 1 to the left are the receivers. And they give it to Farmer again, and for one of the few times today, the Dragons able to cut him down in the backfield, and
Brown with the tackle.
He's holding that right arm. That's not good. Oilers going to burn their first time out. We're going to keep it here. And it got really quiet here on the near sideline. And that right arm, there you see Jaden, who's been nothing short of phenomenal today.
He seems to have it wrapped, heavy bandaged already. Let's take a look at the play. Tries to stiffen, tries to break his fall with his wrist. And that could be what it was right there.
So the Oilers used the first of their timeouts, still got 2 left, so plenty there. Farmer, 165 yards in this one on the ground. Amari Feller comes in as the Oilers look at 3rd and 4. Two to the right, 1 to the left. Boot out the backside, looking. He's going to tuck it in, run, and he flips forward for the first down. Chase Harrison just decided he wanted it and was not going to be denied. They ran that boot. There's a flag in the defensive backfield, usually in the neighborhood of a defensive hold, but we'll see. Waiting for the official to. The Oilers were going to get the first down either way, but how about the play by Chase Harrison selling out for the first down because he didn't know there was a flag. And now the Oilers have it 1st and goal at the 5. Farmer back in there. The universe knows where this ball is going. Farmer, end zone, touchdown, Oilers! With 53 seconds left on the clock, the Oilers go up 20-17 with an extra point attempt coming. Remember, the last one was blocked.
As you said, everybody in the universe knows who the ball is going to, but the question is,
can you stop it?
You stop it.
And the answer today was no. So I let Farmer kick it. Spot down kick is up, and the kick is good. And that's a huge extra point because that means they have to have the end zone. Now, 53 seconds left and 2 timeouts. The Dragons certainly are that kind of capable, but the Oiler defense has been great. Watch it again from the end zone. Coming right at you and into the end zone. It's like old age for me. You know it's coming, but you just can't stop it. So you might as well embrace it. Now it's special teams and the defense. I gotta think the preferred mode here is to kick this through the end zone.
Kickoff for the Oilers.
That last drive, 15 plays, covered 70 yards. 6 minutes and 44 seconds to go back to the point Jeremiah made at the beginning of the drive. And it was Farmer from 5 yards out. Clevenger hits a high shorter. It's going to be returnable from the 3. Bounces off one, flag's coming, and this is going to, they're back at the 15, and you're going to have an illegal block or a hold here, I believe, which is going to really pin them back. 3 flags went on that. All right. The drama hasn't stopped. We talked about it earlier. And this Dragons offense, it's all about the big play. They hit one today. But the Oiler defense has done a sensational job of limiting it. And they're going to need to limit it again. Alex Johnson, the conference's top quarterback and reigning offensive player of the year. Back, looks, throws across the middle and almost intercepted by Sam Wyrau. 2nd down and 10.
A tough spot right now for the Tiffin Dragons, but the #1 offense versus the #1 defense. That's what the game has come down to.
Three receivers to the left, one to the near side. Johnson again back, flush from the pocket, floats it over the top, finds a man. He's got a first down across the 25 to the 28. That's Josiah Raber, and I believe that's his first catch of the game. They're right back to the line of scrimmage with 2 receivers to each side. Johnson back again, no pressure, has all day. And that skipped in there, didn't it? Oh, the official marked it as a catch. I thought that skipped in there, and it was Raber again. 31 seconds, and it's getting dicey at their own 48. And I think the Oilers are going to challenge. Or are they taking the timeout? They're taking the timeout. Okay, they are challenging. That's what I thought Coach was doing. And we'll see what our guys have on that. They'll head over to the 10 off to our right. Let's take another look at it here. You know, looked like he had a chance to catch it, but I don't know, it looked more like a trap than a catch. And I don't know how much the officials are going to be able to tell from that. Jaden Farmer announced as the player of the game, and I don't know that anybody's shocked by that.
And boxing, that'll be a unanimous decision right there. Unanimous decision.
They're taking a look at it. And again, if you're just joining us, Findlay in front, 21-17, and that scoreboard has gone back and forth several times. We talked about top offense against top defense. Well, 276 yards of total offense before the start of this drive, so right around 300 right now. Oilers at 360. But what Findlay has done is they've contained it. They've been able to limit most of them, if not for a big play here or a big play there. Officials still looking. But this is okay because the Oilers are getting a chance to catch their breath defensively here, talk about how they want to match up. And there's, you see the officials again. Taking a look at those iPads. 31 seconds remain. Dragons also still have 2 timeouts remaining, but the important thing is they got to have the end zone.
Here comes the ref.
Yeah. And I don't know there was much there, and I don't know. It's going to be upheld, they said. So the Oilers will lose a timeout, but I don't think that's any.
One more time what they
see. Watch it from this angle. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
It looks like he maybe cupped it in.
That's kind of what I thought, and maybe the ground helped him, but again, that's hard to see. We don't have the 27 NFL angles here, so. All right, 1st and 10 for the Dragons from their own 48. Clock is going to start.
Looks like pressure's coming.
On the official signal.
Cover 1, it looks like could be a disguise from the defense.
Findlay changes out personnel late. Lawson comes in. 1 receiver up top, 3 to the near side. Johnson back. Findlay not able to get to the pressure. Johnson able to roll out, throw in, almost intercepted. Harvey had a chance for his 2nd pick. He stepped in front beautifully, just wasn't able to hold on. Watch it again. Findlay ended up only bringing 4. And the throw and just stepping in front like he has done so many times in his career. 3 to the top, 1 to the near side. Johnson back, looks, throws the check down to Blackman. Oh, he makes a couple men miss and steps out of bounds. He is so fast. We talked about it. Most of the time they've been able to keep him from being able to get to full speed. And when they have, he's been limited, but that time he got his feet going. Again, Johnson went all the way through his progressions and came back to his safety valve there, and Blackman makes a good play out of it. 1st and 10, 17 seconds, probably the biggest factor. Dragons still with 2 timeouts. Johnson back, no pressure, throw across the middle, complete. And the Dragons are probably going to burn a timeout here. 9 seconds showing on the clock. They'll put a 2nd back on.
Riley Caldwell again on the tackle.
Caldwell on the stop.
Gain to the Findlay 20-yard line.
So 2, maybe 3 plays here.
This timeout sponsored by Westpecco.
Now that you change, now you're not just trying to keep it in front of you. Now you got to straight up D it. Findlay leads at 21-17. Took the lead on a 5-yard Jaden Farmer run with just 53 seconds. And in 43 of those, the Dragons have taken it from their own 6 down to the Oiler 20.
Now in the red zone as well, it becomes harder for the offense to throw the ball because of limited space, but that means it's also easier for the defense as well. So Findlay wants to make sure they stay underneath and play underneath. And
did they just change it back to 9? No, they're making it 11. Wow. I'm not quite sure how they came to that conclusion. They didn't check a clock or anything, but. All right, so 11 seconds. So now you probably are looking at 3 plays, depending on how long you run them here. 2 receivers to each side. Dorn in the backfield with Johnson.
Looks like cover 1.
Johnson back, pressure up the middle, lets it go, complete and forced out of bounds. 7 seconds remain. Raber again, who was silent this entire game until this drive, and now 3 catches.
7-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 3 from the Findlay 13-yard line.
Well, we said it was going to come down to offense versus defense, number 1 versus number 1. Johnson back, has time, throws, end zone, incomplete. 3 seconds left, 1 more shot. Can you come up with the stop? Short of a defensive penalty. This is going to be it. And the Oilers football team employs the fans to get into it, and they are. This is what college football is supposed to be like.
The last play of the regular season. So.
3 receivers to the left and a timeout. The Oilers want to talk it over.
And this timeout sponsored by West Banco Holiday Express.
Want to thank our entire crew, our camera operators. Thanks Noah for directing today and most days that we're here. Thanks to Jeremiah for being with us. Also a big thanks to the entire athletic department, most notably sports information, headed up by Kyle Neerman and Meredith Whipper. And it really comes down to this. Somebody is going to be thrilled and somebody is going to be dejected terribly. Oilers trying to conclude an 11-0 regular season.
Pressure right here. Do you sit back and just play coverage? You don't want to give the quarterback too much time. You do not want him to extend the play on this play as well.
Dorn in the backfield. Johnson comes over and says something to Linkhart. And now they'll come set. Oilers showing possible pressure off of both ends. Johnson back. Looks, throws, end zone, touchdown. He got position in front. And the Dragons play the role of spoiler. 3 years in a row. And, well, here's the unfortunate part of it. Now you've got people who got no business being on the field, yelling things, and that's sad and unfortunate. But at the end of the day, the Dragons with the 23-21 win, and we said it was number 1 offense versus number 1 defense. Both played outstanding, and the Dragons had last opportunity, and they took advantage of it. And you kind of wondered a little bit, Jeremiah, did the Oilers maybe leave a little too much time on the clock?
I mean, given number 1 offense in the nation, number 1 offense in the conference. You know that you're going to give up some of those big plays.
Take a look at the scoring recap here for you. Again, Findlay on the board first at the 3:22 mark of the first. A 38-yard field goal by Barst put Findlay up 3-0 early. Then the Dragons answered back on the ensuing drive, took just 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Hit a touchdown pass from Johnson to Weems at the 1:14 mark, and the extra point made it 7-3 Dragons. Findlay's defense then stepped up, gets the safety at the 6:56 mark of the second to make it 7-5. And then after the free kick, the Oilers able to get a field goal and take the lead 8-7. And that's how we went to the locker room. Coming out of the locker room at the 4:48 mark, Rudolph kicks a 35-yard field goal for the Dragons. They go back in front 10-8. Then McKinstry with the 12-yard catch from Johnson, capping off a 6-play, 80-yard drive, made it 14-10. Oilers answered back. Jaden Farmer, in a drive that was almost all Jaden Farmer, goes in from the final 5 yards out, 15 plays, 70 yards, 6 minutes and 44 seconds is what it took, but unfortunately left 53 seconds on the clock, which turns out to be 3 seconds too long. The Dragons, with no time left, get a touchdown pass. Again, it's to McKinstry, this time from 13 yards out. And capped off a 9-play, 94-yard drive that took just 49 seconds. And there you see it again, a nice play as he was able to get inside position there on Christian Stokes. And a good throw by the reigning Offensive Player of the Year in the GMAC. And it comes away with a 23-21 win for the Dragons over the Oilers. Now, the Oilers are still guaranteed, they still are the conference champs, and they still have a place in the playoffs, and we'll see exactly where, how, and why that pans out at the end of the day. But it is what it is, and that's going to wrap things up for us, and the trophy of the War for 224 continues to stay with the Tiffin Dragons after a 23-21 victory. For our entire UFTV production team, I'm Tim Montgomery. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time for Oiler Athletics here on UFTV and FloCollege.
you.